Listen, I've been gone for like 2 weeks. Oh my God. All of last week, all of the last week of June, the first week of July. I needed a break. I felt like I was like on go for like 2 months straight. And so I felt like, let me go ahead and take a break and, just woosah and just kind of like get myself together, right? So I've been living life and chilling and mostly just staying to myself and resting and things like that. Um, but I did want to come back. Somebody, I think it was Harrison, last name Harrison. I don't know the first name, but I know last name Harrison. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for your Cash App. The note on the Cash App said, you know, we miss you on YouTube. And then I literally just got a DM, right? Saying, can we at least get a short? Can we get a TikTok? Can we get a clip? Can we get a 5-minute video? Can we get something? What's wrong with a bob? Something. So I'm like, okay. Let me get a girl a little something. So a few days ago, I was invited out by Justin Diego, my friend Justin Diego. Let me turn this TV off. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So, and I really should turn the AC off, but y'all, do you know that it is excessive heat warning? Do y'all see that? Excessive heat warning at the top of that screen? Excessive heat warning. Do y'all want to see how hot it is in Las Vegas? 110. I'm in Vegas, by the way. 110 degrees. Do y'all want to know how hot it's going to be? The high for today is 113. Do y'all know that yesterday it got to 120, 118, 119, 120, something like that? The hottest day in Las Vegas ever. When I stepped off the plane, y'all, it was such a shocking experience. I thought I was in a sauna. I thought God had clicked heat on the AC. So what was I saying? Okay, so let me go ahead and share with you guys what I've been up to. So shout out to my friend Justin Diego. He had invited me to Kelli Farrell's Pop Out magazine cover reveal and things like that. That was super interesting because y'all know Kelli is one of the new girls onto the Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? And she is replacing Marlo and Sonia and Sheree, right? Speaking of Sheree, we kind of sort of got to talk about Sheree too. But listen, what's interesting is that she had the magazine reveal and whatnot. I met some amazing people at that event. I met Derek J, who watches my videos, and I was too gagged at the situation. I mean, Derek J is an icon, an Atlanta legend. So when he said that he had watched one of my videos, I think one of the ones he had said that he watched was about Armand and Claudia and the girls, which TGIF is canceled. Maybe we'll talk about that in a separate video. But it was so interesting because he was like, "Oh yeah, I was watching you and I was trying to get the tea and I was like, little old me, Derek J, the Atlanta icon. Oh baby, I was too through at the situation." So he's sweet. Met this young lady by the name of Audrey Washington, who I absolutely adore. I knew her name, but I did not know her face because I write for the Jasmine brand now. And that's one of the reasons why I did pull back from YouTube because y'all, I be tired. But I had covered one of her stories. She did an interview with Angela Moore, who is a Georgia representative here in Georgia, obviously. And she was accused of being a fake Delta. Okay, she's been going around campaigning on the fact that she's a Delta and a college graduate, and turns to find out that the girls are saying that she's not a Delta and she's not a college graduate. She doesn't even have a diploma. She doesn't even go here. Okay. So I did cover one of Audrey's story. Met her at the Kelli event, Pop Out magazine cover reveal. She's so sweet. Of course, like I said, I went with one of my best friends, Justin Diego. Love him. And then who else? Saw Porsha, but did not speak to Porsha. I did meet Porsha once before at her book signing. Didn't really speak to Porsha because I just kind of feel like I don't know. I don't like going up to people being like, hey, I don't like to network in the traditional sense, like, oh, let me go up to this person, like planning to go up to people. Like, I just find that to be weird. I like authentic connections and moments. So, no, I didn't go up to Porsha. Um, who else did I see? So, yeah, Kelli met Kelli, took a picture with Kelli. Now, I did go up to Kelli, and the only reason why I did that, one, because I was pressured to by Audrey, but two, because it was her event. Okay. So I did do that. Took a picture with her, hugged her. She's so short. She's short. We know that Kelli is the short, light-skinned woman. She's a restaurateur, business owner. I believe her restaurant name is Nana's Chicken and Waffles in McDonough, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she's married. I believe she has 3 or 4 children. And I also believe that she's getting a divorce. What's interesting is that she was really nice, right? And I noticed that her and Porsha were like this. How Caroline Manzo said, thick as thieves. I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting, because remember just a month or so ago, Porsha Diane Williams, formerly known as Porsha Gabadia, formerly known as Porsha Store. The fact that I said Porsha, that's funny. No, but Porsha, remember she went onto her Amazon Live and was like, Kelli, yeah, that new girl Kelli, I don't know how I feel about her. She was on the fence, like, I done heard some things about Kelli. Okay. Porsha, did you not hear the things about Britt Edie and her sucking the dick on camera? I mean, we all want to know. We all want to know why you got your own show. But she was like, oh, I heard things about Kelli, yada, yada, yada. So we were like, are Kelli and Porsha going to get along? Well, I'm breaking it to you. Well, I mean, it's already public knowledge. Porsha and Kelli like this. She was the only housewife there. And I believe I can talk about this because I did not sign an NDA. I don't think. I think I signed a release form, a media consent form, meaning that they can show my face and use my image if my face shows up in their cameras and they want to use it onto the show and whatnot. But Kelli and Porsha like this, and Porsha was the only housewife there. I don't know where Shamia was, but Shamia need to watch her back. I don't know where Britt Edie was, but she need to watch her back. Well, yes, I do. Britt Edie was at home because she was apparently sick. But child, Kelli and Porsha might be the new dynamic duo, okay? Kenya was up there talking about her and Porsha is the dynamic duo. It may be Kelli and Porsha because, child, the way Porsha was so adamant about supporting Kelli, I was like, oh, this is nice to see a sisterhood. So shout out to Kelli. She was super nice when I met her. Who else do I want to talk about? Tiffany Rose. Okay, so she's been in the blogs lately. I did meet Tiffany Rose. If you don't know, Tiffany Rose was testing and auditioning to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. She did not make it. Why she did not make it, I don't know. Apparently, it was a mutual decision. But I think a factor that contributed to that is the fact that Kenya didn't want her on to the show. Okay. Tiffany Rose, she's from LA. She didn't live in Atlanta. She has a hair care business, hair care product line. And Kenya saw that Porsha had a contract and was nervous that Tiffany Rose was coming in to swoop in and take her spot. And she went to production, called them up and said, she doesn't live in Atlanta. She doesn't have a home here. She doesn't have a man here. Her relationship is fake. This is fake. That's fake. It's all fake. She's a fraud. Don't cast her. I mean, didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all this. I was the first one to tell y'all this. That Kenya was going to production trying to get Tiffany Rose off the show. Trying to thwart her opportunity to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast. And so what's interesting about this situation, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, because Tiffany Rose was recently in the blogs. I also did meet her. We talked, we had conversations, we did hookah after, the whole 9 and things like that. And what I gathered, okay, just from witnessing everything and hearing certain things and looking at what's in the blogs, what I gathered is the fact that Kenya Moore seemed to be complaining to Bravo, going to Bravo complaining about Tiffany Rose. But the thing is that the complaints that she had applied to her when she first joined the show. She was accusing Tiffany Rose of basically faking it until she made it. She doesn't live in Atlanta. She doesn't have a house here. She doesn't have a man. The man is rented, yada, yada, yada. Like, she's not legit. She's a fraud, basically. And to me, that's Kenya accusing someone of doing something that she did to get onto the show. Because if you guys remember, and I tell this story at least once a year, so sit back and listen. Kenya Moore came from LA to Atlanta trying to get onto the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was multiple women auditioning for the role, including Porsha, and I think Maya Sly may have been auditioning, and some other folks. Kenya was trying to, make her way to the top. Her career as an actress and a producer was failing in Los Angeles, and so she needed to reinvent herself. Her Miss USA 1993 title, she had exhausted that title. It was no longer getting her guest spots on sitcoms and things like that. At this particular point in time, sitcoms are out the door. You get what I'm saying? And so, she was trying to reinvent herself. She needed a check. So she was really interested in becoming a Real Housewife of Atlanta, moved from LA to Atlanta. She called on her one aunt, her one best friend, and her one ex-boyfriend, right? Kenya and Walter dated years prior to her joining the cast. And when she got this opportunity to test for Real Housewives of Atlanta, she called up Walter and was like, hey, I know we don't date anymore, but can you be on 2, 3, 4 episodes to make it seem like we have a legit relationship so that the producers are interested in me so that I can get this gig onto the show? And he was like, sure, why not? I can promote my towing company or his plumbing company or whatever the fuck he does. Excuse my French. And so that's what they did. They got onto the show. And I think where she messed up was she was trying to pressure that man into marriage instead of just letting the relationship fade out onto the TV screens. Okay, remember when Porsha brought that man onto the show? I think it was the football player. She just let it fade out. I don't even think she gave an explanation. When she brought Todd onto the show, she brought him on and then just let it fade out. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if those were, fake relationships, right? Because you contract them to do something and then you just let it fade out. But then when you start throwing a wrench in your plans and start throwing in different things that you didn't initially discuss, like pressuring the man to get married on national television, which I would assume is or was very uncomfortable for him, that's when he went to Frank Ski and Wanda on V103 and had to expose you and your fake storyline. Anyways, I say all of that to say, remember when Kenya came on to the Real Housewives? Remember when she stayed in that hotel with the white refrigerator? Remember when she went from one home to another just renting? Remember when the landlord kicked her out? Okay, so Tiffany Rose and Bravo rented a home because she's originally from LA. Okay. Then Kenya, I don't even know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it. Kenya, was saying that the man that Tiffany was with wasn't a real relationship. It wasn't real. Listen, whether it was real or not, the thing about the situation, that's none of my business, but the thing about the situation is that not the pot calling the kettle black? Did you not come on here with a fake home, a rented home, a fake boyfriend, fake family members, fake best friend, fake everything, just so that you could garner a spot onto this show? And this show, way back in the day, I believe that was 2010, 2011, 2013. The show was huge back then. I mean, they were getting 2, 3, 4 million live same day viewers. So for you to go to producers and accuse Tiffany of the very same things that you did, I just find that to be very rich. I really do. And newsflash, for Team Twirl that is still on social media defending that lady, yes, she did show a picture, a real picture of Britt Eady sucking cock. Okay. And now she's off the show. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Who else do I want to talk about? Okay, so we talked about Porsha, we talked about Kelli, we talked about Britt, we talked about Kenya, we talked about Tiffany Rose. Drew and Porsha are beefing. Of course, the origin of the beef is that Drew Sidora was working on her music. I hear the music is really good, by the way. She was working on music with Dennis McKinley. They were in the studio together. It's on Instagram. You can look it up. I don't know what Dennis's connection is to music, but somehow, some way, he does music. Apparently, Drew did not give Porsha a heads up that she was going to be working with the baby daddy. Therefore, Porsha is upset at the situation, and we all know that Porsha is very sensitive when it comes to her exes and her baby daddies and her husbands and things like that. Hence the situation with Nene of her not wanting to be, on Netflix, on that Netflix show and things like that. Okay. What else did I want to mention? So that's that. Not only is Drew Sidora beefing with her, with Porsha and whatnot, but she's also beefing with her fashion stylist. No, I did not get this from your fashion stylist. I don't even know if the fashion stylist is a he or a she. Okay. But what I done heard is that the producers are really trying to make this season like Pop. They really want to show the girls riding in their Rolls Royces. So Simon sending out a cease and desist is ruining their plans. The producers really want to show the women living their lavish lives in their lavish homes. So Simon giving production a cease and desist to not film in that house is throwing a wrench in their plans. The producers really want to showcase the women wearing luxury, designer, beautiful, gorgeous, lavish fashions. Drew Sidora, allegedly apparently not having the budget for these fashions, is throwing a wrench in their plans. And I hear that she's worse than Sheree, that she don't like to pay. So not only is Drew Sidora beefing with probably her husband, okay? What's going on with the husband? I hear they're still living together. But she's beefing with Porsha. And on top of that, she's beefing with the fashion stylist. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.